Alright, so let's get you some breaking news that's just come in, where sources have now revealed to WION what India can do after the pahalgam terror attack. These are some of the options that India can exercise. Now, India can, of course, decide to either fully cut off diplomatic ties with Pakistan. It can ask its staff at the Pakistani High Commission to go back, or it may even ask for a further reduction in their staff in Delhi. As countermeasure, India may also close down its High Commission in Islamabad for now, or reduce its staff. Now, India can brief the 5 permanent members of the UNSC, that is China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom and the United States, with a dossier on the attack exposing Pakistan's hand. India can take the diplomatic corps in Delhi to the attack site and then show them the truth of how it was carried out. India can also make these diplomatic corps meet with and speak with the relatives of victims for them to know as to how the terrorists identified and then killed them on the basis of religion. India can also suspend the Indus Water Treaty that it has with Pakistan. And last step, which may or may not be considered, is suspending the Kartarpur corridor for now. Also, it has been noted that terrorists killed only men, leaving the women to go and to tell Modi about it, so that it's now being seen as a question of the Prime Minister's image. So some kinetic and diplomatic steps are both being discussed. The military step may be taken at the right time. The India mainly feels it's the remarks that have been made by the Pakistani Army Chief, General Asim Munir, and the Pakistani Army, which is behind the attack. The reason is pressure on them on what is happening in Balochistan and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. They're also under a lot of pressure as Imran Khan is currently in prison. And our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibil, is joining us over the phone line. Siddhant, we've just gotten this information. Tell us more in terms of the options that are open for India to exercise the aftermath of this gruesome terror attack.
Well, essentially, in a short while from now, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs will be briefing the media. We'll get to know more about that as to what decision has been taken at the CCS, the Cabinet Committee on Security. Essentially, Indian government is mulling a lot of diplomatic actions, which includes downgrading or cutting diplomatic ties with Pakistan. Already after the 2019 terror attacks, which happened in Pulwama, India had expelled the Pakistani diplomats and downgraded the relationship. Now it could be much more severe in terms of cutting down the relationship. So that definitely is on the table. Other than that, there are other things, as you have pointed out, on the table. So we'll get to know, perhaps in next 20 minutes, all the details will be out as to what action India has decided. The Cabinet Committee on Security lasted for approximately 2 hours. That's a huge time, I can say, in terms of the leaders meeting, the top leaders meeting here in Delhi.
Absolutely, indeed, Siddhant. Now, you've been tracking the story very closely for us. At this moment, we've discussed about the diplomatic options. Is there a kinetic option that is being considered? What are you picking up at your end?
Well, it's too early to say. It really can't be, in a sense, publicly said so far. In the past as well, after the Pulwama terror attack, we saw there was no mention of this, and one fine day we saw the strikes by India. So this definitely could be on the table, no doubt. The Indian Defence Minister made a very strong statement earlier in the day, and essentially that statement said that India will be taking a strong action. So I will not rule it out, but there is no public confirmation or even privately which is being talked about that will India take a military option on the table as well.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Siddhant Sibil, for joining us with all those details then.